Our vast oceans, covering over 70% of the Earth's surface, remain one of the planet's greatest mysteries, with more than 80% still uncharted and unexplored. These hidden depths, often too deep, cold, or perilous to access, conceal countless secrets waiting to be uncovered. From a hidden nuclear reactor to bizarre creatures lurking in the Pacific, get ready for an underwater adventure as we dive into some of the strangest discoveries from the ocean's depths. Number 15. Beastly Blimp, the Strange Catch of Roman Fedorzov. In April 2023, fisherman Roman Fedorzov embarked on a fishing expedition in the Barents Sea off the northern coast of Russia. Working aboard a commercial trawler, he aimed to catch common species like cod, haddock, and perhaps mackerel. However, the deep waters of the Barents Sea often yield more than just the usual catch. On this particular day, Fedorzov's net brought up something truly unusual and unsettling. The creature he hauled aboard had a fleshy pink mouth, a scaly body, a lizard-like tail, and an overall grotesque appearance, sparking numerous theories about its identity. Some speculated it might be a rare abnormality or a victim of pollution-induced mutations. In reality, this bizarre fish was identified as an onion-eye grenadier, a finfish that typically dwells at depths of around 3,000 feet. While the grenadier usually possesses many of the odd features seen in Fedorzov's catch, it normally does not have a distended pink mouth or eyes that seem to bulge out. These deformities were caused by barotrauma, a condition resulting from the rapid change in pressure as the fish was brought to the surface. Fish have an internal gas-filled organ called a swim bladder that helps regulate their buoyancy. At great depths, the high pressure compresses the gases in this bladder. When the fish is quickly brought to the surface, the pressure drops dramatically, causing the gases to expand. This expansion can force the fish's organs and tissues to protrude, creating the disturbing appearance observed. This phenomenon highlights the extreme conditions and adaptations of deep-sea life, far removed from our everyday experiences. Number 14. Scary Shell, the Ingenious Hermit Crab. Let's dive into the fascinating world of some deep-sea creatures that are very much alive and active. One such intriguing critter is the hermit crab. Unlike most other crustaceans, hermit crabs have a soft abdomen that lacks a hard, calcified shell. To protect their vulnerable bodies from predators, they have developed a resourceful strategy. Typically, these crabs inhabit empty sea snail shells. However, some hermit crabs have come up with a bolder and more unusual solution. One such example is the Pagurist's hermit crab, which uses a sea anemone-like animal called a zoanthid as its shell. Initially, the hermit crab picks up an empty sea snail shell. Over time, a zoanthid attaches itself to this shell. As the crab grows, so does the zoanthid, eventually taking over the role of the original shell by coiling around the crab's abdomen, resulting in a rather eerie appearance. Despite its disturbing look, this arrangement is highly beneficial. The hermit crab avoids the risky process of swapping shells, which leaves them temporarily exposed to predators. Meanwhile, the zoanthid's stinging tentacles provide an effective defense against would-be attackers. This symbiotic relationship is advantageous for the zoanthids as well, as the crab's mobility allows them to access various parts of the ocean, enhancing their feeding opportunities. This partnership, though it appears nightmarish, is quite a practical alliance in the deep-sea ecosystem. Number 13. The Eldritch Horror, Bizarre Creatures of the Deep. Deep beneath the ocean's surface, one can expect to encounter some truly bizarre and otherworldly creatures. The immense pressure and absence of sunlight due to light refraction force these deep-sea dwellers to adapt in extraordinary ways. Some develop larger eyes to capture any available light, while others evolve spongy bodies to withstand the crushing pressure. But what about this nightmarish being? It's difficult to distinguish its tentacles from its head, if it even has one. This footage, resembling something from a Lovecraftian horror story, was captured by the Serpent project in 2015 off the coast of Angola in the South Atlantic Ocean. The team used a remotely operated vehicle to dive to a depth of 4,350 feet when they stumbled upon this strange creature. Initially baffled, they soon realized it was not a monster from the deep, but a siphonophore. Siphonophores are fascinating marine organisms that function as a colony, each individual performing a specialized role within the group, giving the appearance of a single entity. The flexible and ever-changing structure of these colonies means they can look vastly different from one another. This was further evidenced by the EV Nautilus team's 2014 discovery of another siphonophore off the southern coast of the USA at a depth of 200 feet. Although it looked entirely different, it belonged to the same family. These findings showcase the incredible diversity and adaptability of deep-sea life, which continues to astound scientists. Number 12. Doll Discovery, the Titanic's Hidden Secrets. The Titanic, famed for its enormous size and its ill-fated voyage, remains one of the most notorious shipwrecks in history. Spanning 880 feet in length, it was once deemed unsinkable. This massive vessel, launched in 1911, was a marvel of engineering and luxury, designed to be the epitome of safe and opulent sea travel. Despite these assurances, the Titanic tragically sank in 1912 after hitting an iceberg during its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York City. Over 1,500 of the 2,224 passengers and crew aboard perished in the icy waters of the North Atlantic. The wreckage lay undiscovered until 1985, 74 years later, when a joint American-French expedition, led by oceanographer Robert Ballard, located the ship's remains. However, evidence of the Titanic's demise was actually found 8 years earlier by fisherman Abel Frederico Noguera in 1976. While trolling in the Atlantic Ocean, Noguera retrieved something unexpected in his net. Amid the usual catch of fish, he found an eyeless, lifeless face staring back at him, a porcelain doll's head. This eerie artifact, fished from about 6,500 feet deep, turned out to be more than just a child's toy. Noguera had been fishing in the area where the Titanic sank, and the doll's head had likely lain on the ocean floor for decades, preserved in the frigid, high-pressure environment. The discovery hinted at the personal stories and lost lives tied to the Titanic disaster, offering a tangible connection to the past. After Noguera's death in 1992, his son sold the doll head to Teresa Martin, a passionate doll collector. Martin's research revealed documents about girls on the Titanic who had brought dolls with them. She discovered that Titanic survivor Eva Hart, who was just 7 years old at the time of the disaster, mentioned in her memoirs that she left her beloved doll behind when she evacuated. Further investigation identified the doll head as being manufactured by Schoenhut and Hofmeister in 1906, matching the details of Hart's doll. This discovery adds another layer to the Titanic's tragic story, offering a poignant glimpse into the personal belongings lost with the ship. The significance of this doll head lies not only in its connection to a famous survivor, but also in its representation of the many personal items that were lost with the ship. These artifacts provide a deeply human dimension to the historical event, reminding us of the individual lives affected by the tragedy. Personal items like dolls, letters, and jewelry found in the wreckage serve as poignant reminders of the passengers' hopes, dreams, and experiences. Each artifact tells a unique story, contributing to the broader narrative of the Titanic. The discovery of the Titanic's wreckage in 1985 sparked renewed interest in the ship and its passengers, leading to numerous expeditions and research projects. Advances in underwater exploration technology have allowed researchers to map the wreck site in great detail, revealing new insights into the ship's final moments. Artifacts recovered from the site have been conserved and displayed in museums around the world, helping to keep the memory of the Titanic alive for future generations. The preservation and study of these items continue to shed light on the human aspects of the disaster, deepening our understanding of the historical event. The ship's legacy has been immortalized in countless books, films, and documentaries, each exploring different facets of the tragedy. As we uncover more artifacts and stories from the depths, the Titanic remains a poignant symbol of human endeavor. Number 11. The mysterious marine monster in the Pacific. It's not just the Barents Sea that holds eerie secrets. Travel 4,000 miles southeast, and you'll find the Pacific Ocean, where researchers from the Japan Agency for Marine Earth Science and Technology, JAMSTEC, made a spine-chilling discovery in 2010. Using a remotely operated underwater vehicle, they explored depths of about 1,000 feet, initially observing standard marine life and the seabed. However, things quickly took a bizarre turn. The camera captured what appeared to be an unsettling marine creature, prompting some to speculate it could be Ningen, a cryptid from modern folklore allegedly spotted off the coast of Antarctica. The Ningen is described as a humanoid sea monster measuring between 65 to 100 feet, similar in size to a blue whale. It is said to have large, vacant eyes and 5-fingered hands. While the footage didn't provide a clear view of the creature's entire body, the eyes appeared hauntingly real. However, the researchers believed it was more likely a rock covered in barnacles, giving the illusion of eyes. Whether it's a rock or a mythical sea monster, the deep ocean continues to fuel our imaginations and fears. Now it's time for today's topic. This is not actually a discovery made by divers in the water, but rather by a ship carrying a team of divers en route to the South Atlantic Ocean near the Mid-Atlantic Ridge for an ocean mapping expedition. While traveling to their destination, the crew deployed a drone camera to survey the surrounding waters. What the drone captured was nothing short of extraordinary, a massive sea creature swimming just beneath the surface. The footage reveals an enormous, shadowy figure with a rough, textured body and a dorsal fin that towers above the water. The creature's size is mind-boggling, appearing to be longer than the ship itself. Its slow, deliberate movements gave the impression of a creature that was both ancient and powerful, as if it were observing the ship before vanishing into the deep. The crew, shocked by what they had captured, immediately shared the footage with marine biologists. Experts are now analyzing the video, with some speculating it could be an undiscovered species or even a relic from prehistoric times. Others suggest it might be a deep-sea predator rarely seen by humans. For now, the creature's identity remains unknown, sparking curiosity and debate about what other mysteries the ocean might still hold. Number 10. Sea sculptures, haunting art beneath the waves. At first glance, Moliniere Bay off the coast of Grenada appears to be a picturesque paradise. However, beneath its beautiful surface lies a haunting sight that surprises many divers. Anyone who ventures underwater here will encounter a series of eerie concrete figures. These statues are not remnants of an ancient civilization but rather modern art installations. British sculptor Jason de Caires Taylor created these sculptures using life casts of local community members. His intention was not to frighten divers but to engage them with the marine environment and raise awareness about underwater ecosystems. Imagine going on what you think will be a serene scuba dive, only to find yourself surrounded by these ghostly figures. Additionally, about 45 miles north of Moliniere Bay, there exists an even more unsettling underwater statue. Situated 134 feet below the surface of Lake Neuchâtel in Switzerland is a 16-foot-long shark sculpture that can give anyone nightmares. This terrifying shark was created in 2007 for a short film titled Shockatch. After the film's completion, the menacing prop was left in the lake, likely intended to surprise and scare unsuspecting swimmers and divers. Just imagine swimming in the lake without knowing this massive sculpture lurks below. Definitely an experience to make your wetsuit a bit wetter. Number 9. The hidden nuclear reactors of the ocean. The ocean floors have become home to various mysterious man-made objects over time. One notable example is a widely circulated image resembling a nuclear reactor embedded in the seabed. Although this particular image is photoshopped, the reality is equally unsettling. There are indeed nuclear reactors and other radioactive objects scattered across the seas. Between the 1960s and 1980s, the Soviet Union disposed of approximately 18,000 radioactive items into the Barents Sea alone. This sea, already known for its unique and sometimes eerie marine life, now also holds these hazardous remnants. While most of these objects pose minimal environmental risk, some are significant threats to the ecosystems in northern Russia's waters. Notably, the nuclear reactors from submarines K-11, K-19, K-27, K-140, and K-159, as well as the reactor from the Lenin icebreaker, are particularly concerning. These 6 reactors alone account for over 90% of the radioactive material dumped in the Barents Sea. Removing these radioactive hazards from depths exceeding 650 feet requires specialized equipment, expert teams, and substantial resources. The estimated cost for such an operation is around $300 million, making it a daunting and delayed endeavor. Number 8. See you later, Alligator, the deep-sea experiment. Deep in the Gulf of Mexico, over 6,000 feet beneath the water's surface, lies a chilling discovery. What you see is not a sculpture but a real alligator. Encountering one of these powerful predators at such depths would be a nightmare for any deep-sea diver. However, these alligators did not end up there naturally. Marine biologists from the Louisiana University's Marine Consortium conducted an experiment by dropping 3 alligator carcasses into the deep sea to observe how the deep-sea creatures would react to an unexpected food source. The results were astonishing. One alligator was completely devoured by football-sized isopods within 24 hours. Another was reduced to bones covered in a strange brown fuzz, later identified as a newly discovered species of bone-eating worm. The third carcass vanished after 8 days. Scientists found drag marks at the site, suggesting that some colossal sea creature had the strength to drag away a 40-pound alligator. To this day, the identity of this powerful predator remains a mystery, adding another layer of intrigue to the already bizarre deep-sea environment. Number 7. The bigfin squid of the Hadal Zone. Among the myriad strange deep-sea discoveries, one stands out as particularly eerie. Found in the Hadal Zone, the deepest part of the ocean, this creature is rarely seen by humans. More people have visited the moon than this remote oceanic region, located at the bottoms of oceanic trenches. If you ever venture there, you might encounter the enigmatic Magnapinna, or bigfin squid. This creature is like Slender Man in squid form, with incredibly long tentacles that can reach up to 26 feet, about 3 times the height of an NBA basketball hoop. These tentacles, unlike those of other squids, are held at elbow-like joints, giving the squid a distinctive appearance. Living at depths of around 20,000 feet, sightings of the bigfin squid are exceedingly rare. Their deep-sea habitat remains largely unexplored, leaving many aspects of their life a mystery. Scientists theorize that bigfin squids might hunt by dragging their tentacles along the seafloor to capture prey, or by passively waiting for zooplankton to drift into their grasp. Regardless of their hunting methods, encountering a bigfin squid in the abyss would be an unforgettable, if terrifying, experience. Number 6. Turtle Tomb, a cave of lost reptiles. Alligators are not the only reptiles to find their way to the ocean's depths. Photographer Josh Vergara experienced a chilling discovery while diving off the coast of Siphonophores Island in Malaysia. He expected to capture stunning underwater shots, but instead stumbled upon a morbid scene. Around 75 feet underwater, Vergara found a cave filled with the skeletal remains of sea turtles. This site, known locally as the Turtle Tomb, contains dozens of turtle skeletons. The cave itself is a labyrinth of narrow passages and chambers, with jagged rock formations that make navigation difficult even for experienced divers. Some sections of the cave are so tight that only small creatures can pass through, creating natural traps for larger animals like turtles. The lack of light and the disorienting layout make it nearly impossible for the turtles to find their way back out once they enter. Adding to the eerie atmosphere, the skeletons are often found in positions that suggest the turtles struggled to escape, their final moments frozen in time. Divers have reported an unsettling silence in the tomb, broken only by the sound of their own breathing, amplifying the sense of unease. The site has become a haunting reminder of how even the most majestic creatures can fall victim to the unforgiving nature of the deep sea. Some believe that the turtles chose this spot to spend their final moments in peace. However, a more likely explanation is that the turtles entered the cave and became disoriented by its many twists and turns. Despite their ability to hold their breath for up to 2 hours, these turtles likely suffocated after failing to find their way out. This somber discovery highlights the dangers that natural features can pose to marine life, turning an otherwise beautiful underwater landscape into a grim turtle graveyard. Number 5. Open wide, the peculiar gulper eel. Ascending slightly to around 10,000 feet, we re-enter the midnight zone, where another fascinating creature resides, the gulper eel, also known as the pelican eel. This eel is most notable for its enormous mouth, which resembles that of a pelican. Gulper eels can grow up to 2.5 feet long, with their head making up about a quarter of their total length. The gulper eel's mouth is not only large but also loosely hinged, allowing it to open wide enough to swallow prey much larger than itself. Its jaw can expand to an almost comical size, giving it the ability to consume prey that would seem far too big for its slender body. Despite its intimidating appearance, the gulper eel's diet mainly consists of small crustaceans, fish, and plankton that drift into its path. Scientists believe the eel's oversized mouth is an adaptation to the scarcity of food in the deep sea, allowing it to take advantage of any meal it encounters. Interestingly, the gulper eel's stomach can stretch to accommodate large meals, ensuring it can store food for long periods when prey is scarce. Its body is relatively fragile and gelatinous, a common trait among deep-sea creatures that helps them conserve energy in their low-pressure environment. The eel's whip-like tail is also thought to aid in its movement, though it is not a strong swimmer and relies more on its glowing lure to attract prey. The loose skin on its underside forms a large net-like structure to trap its prey. Additionally, the eel has a long, whip-like tail that ends in a light-producing organ called a photophore. This organ emits a bright pink bioluminescent glow, which attracts prey straight to the eel's massive mouth. This unique hunting method is both effective and mesmerizing, making the gulper eel one of the most intriguing deep-sea creatures. Number 4. Strange stalkers, the deep-sea lizardfish. The deep sea is home to some incredibly strange and eerie creatures, many of which are still very much alive and thriving in the present day. One such example is the deep-sea lizardfish, a creature that looks like it belongs in a horror movie. These fish can grow up to 2 feet long and reside at depths ranging from 2,000 to 11,000 feet, a region known as the Midnight Zone. This zone is characterized by perpetual darkness, with light only coming from bioluminescent organisms. To survive in such an environment, deep-sea lizardfish have developed large eyes that help them detect the faintest light. Their eyes are so sensitive that they can pick up the faint glow of bioluminescent prey from several feet away, giving them a significant advantage in the dark. Additionally, their bodies are covered in a layer of reflective scales, which may help them blend into the dim surroundings and avoid detection by larger predators. The lizardfish's long, slender body allows it to move with surprising speed, making it an efficient and stealthy hunter. They are known to lie motionless on the seafloor, waiting for unsuspecting prey to swim by before striking with lightning-fast precision. Their sharp teeth are angled backward, ensuring that once prey is caught, there is no escape. But their eyes aren't the only thing that makes them terrifying. Their mouths are filled with sharp, needle-like teeth designed to pierce and trap their prey. As one of the deepest living apex predators, they will eat almost anything, including other lizardfish. In fact, these fish are hermaphroditic, possessing both male and female reproductive organs, allowing them to mate with any other member of their species they encounter. This adaptation is crucial for survival in the sparse and dark depths they inhabit. Number 3. Ancient artifact, the sunken city of Atlit Yam. Artifacts from the Titanic might seem ancient, but they pale in comparison to another underwater discovery made in 1984. Marine archaeologist Ehud Galilei was diving off the coast of Atlit in Israel, hoping to find a shipwreck. Instead, he unearthed something far more intriguing. 40 feet beneath the waves, Galilei discovered remnants of rectangular houses, leading to extensive underwater excavations. This site, known as Atlit Yam, revealed graves, human remains, water wells resembling portals, and 7 megaliths arranged in a stone semicircle. Carbon dating showed the site to be approximately 8,500 years old, making it 400 years older than the pyramids of Giza and around 3,500 years older than Stonehenge. This extraordinary age marks Atlit Yam as one of the earliest known submerged Neolithic settlements, providing a unique window into prehistoric life. The site includes well-preserved structures, including stone-built houses and communal buildings, indicating a sophisticated level of social organization and architectural skills for its time. The question arose, why was this once thriving city submerged? Scientists believe that Atlit Yam, which covered an area about 8 times the size of a standard football field, was suddenly abandoned due to a catastrophic event. Research indicates that an eruption of Mount Etna in southern Italy triggered a 130-foot-high tsunami, engulfing Mediterranean coastal cities within hours. This sudden deluge likely led to the city's rapid submersion. Furthermore, sea level rise at the end of the last ice age might have also contributed to the flooding, as melting glaciers caused global sea levels to rise, inundating coastal areas worldwide. The discovery of Atlit Yam provides valuable insights into ancient civilizations and their responses to natural disasters, highlighting the dynamic history of human settlements. The site offers a glimpse into the daily lives of its inhabitants, who were primarily engaged in fishing, farming, and herding. Artifacts such as flint tools, pottery, and woven fabrics have been recovered, showcasing the advanced craftsmanship and trade networks of the time. Additionally, the presence of domesticated animals and cultivated plants indicates an early form of agriculture and animal husbandry. The 7 megaliths arranged in a semicircle are particularly intriguing. These massive stones, some weighing several tons, suggest that the inhabitants of Atlit Yam had not only the engineering skills to transport and erect such structures, but also a complex belief system. The exact purpose of these megaliths remains a topic of debate among archaeologists. Some propose they served a ritualistic or ceremonial function, possibly related to astronomical observations or communal gatherings. Ongoing research and conservation efforts continue to uncover more about Atlit Yam. Underwater archaeology techniques, including 3D mapping and sediment analysis, are being used to study the site's layout and environmental conditions. These efforts aim to better understand the factors that led to the site's submersion and how its inhabitants adapted to their changing world. The preservation of organic materials, such as wooden structures and plant remains, provides rare opportunities for radiocarbon dating and paleobotanical studies, further enriching our knowledge of Neolithic life. The findings at Atlit Yam have broader implications for the study of prehistoric human societies. They challenge our understanding of early human adaptation to climate change and environmental catastrophes. Comparing Atlit Yam with other submerged sites worldwide helps build a more comprehensive picture of ancient human resilience and ingenuity. This site underscores the importance of underwater archaeology in uncovering hidden chapters of human history and the ever-evolving relationship between humans and their environment. That concludes some of the most terrifying discoveries in the deep sea. Number 2. Standing strong, the tripod fish of the abyssal zone. Venturing even deeper into the ocean to around 15,000 feet, we encounter another peculiar creature known as the tripod fish. This fish inhabits the abyssal zone, a region just below the midnight zone that extends from 13,000 to 20,000 feet. The tripod fish gets its name from the 3 elongated projections from its fins, which it uses to stand on the seabed. These fin extensions can reach up to 3 times the length of the fish's body, giving it a spindly, almost alien-like appearance. By balancing on these fins, the tripod fish can remain stationary for long periods, conserving energy in an environment where food is scarce. Its ability to stand upright also allows it to position itself perfectly to catch drifting prey carried by deep-sea currents. Interestingly, the fish often faces into the current, using its fins to detect even the faintest vibrations of potential prey. This unique hunting strategy is essential in the pitch-black waters of the abyssal zone, where visibility is virtually non-existent. Unlike the deep-sea lizardfish, tripod fish have very small eyes, only about a millimeter in diameter, making visual hunting nearly impossible. Instead, they rely on their pectoral fins, which extend above their heads like antennae, to detect the vibrations of swimming prey. These fins are sensitive to water movements, allowing the fish to sense nearby food. Tripod fish are also hermaphroditic, enabling them to produce both sperm and eggs, making them capable of self-fertilization. This self-sufficiency is an adaptation to the lonely existence in the desolate depths they call home. Number 1. Colossal cutter, the mystery of the giant knife. The deep ocean is full of odd and mysterious objects that can leave anyone baffled. Imagine scuba diving and coming across a giant knife-like object. That's exactly what happened off the coast of Madagascar, where divers found what appeared to be an enormous knife, easily over 7 feet long. The object was partially buried in the seabed, its blade-like structure glinting eerily in the dim underwater light. Some divers reported feeling an unsettling sense of unease, as if the object didn't belong in the natural world. Its sharp edges appeared almost pristine, defying the usual wear and tear expected from years underwater. Adding to the mystery, no markings or inscriptions were found on the object, leaving its origin completely unknown. Some theorists even suggested it could be a remnant of an ancient, advanced civilization lost to history. Others speculated it might have been part of a ceremonial artifact, used in rituals long forgotten. This discovery has sparked numerous theories on the internet. Some people speculate that it could be a relic from prehistoric giants who roamed the earth thousands of years ago. Others suggest it might have been used to hunt gigantic sea creatures like the megalodon. However, a more plausible explanation is that this object is a lost prop from a movie or a piece of equipment from an aircraft or boat. The sheer size and unusual nature of this object make it a fascinating find, regardless of its origin. What do you think? Could it be a movie prop, an aircraft propeller, or something else entirely? Share your theories and let your imagination run wild with this intriguing underwater mystery. So, what experience made you afraid of the water? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching.